my name is Savannah Smith. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and so all of my high school experience was there. I am not from Utah. I worked really hard in high school and did a lot of AP classes and cared a lot about my grades and learning, and I thought it was a great thing. I was also a dancer, so I spent most of my time outside of school in that extracurricular avenue, I guess you could say, and I was really passionate about it, and I had no idea what I wanted to do after high school. I was dancing so much my senior year, like 30 hours a week. I actually went to a community college and did dual enrollment instead of staying at my high school so that I could develop my dance skills more. When it came time to figure out what I was supposed to do that next year when college applications were going to be due, I couldn't decide if I wanted to pursue the professional dancing route or if I wanted to go to college. But I realized that school was so important to me and that I really had, I guess you could say, a propensity for academics that I decided I need to go to college and a good university that had good math and science and things like that, because that was what I was excelling at. So I did some research. I applied to a couple places and auditioned for some dance programs because I wanted to keep dancing. I knew that that had to be part of my college experience. And I was also interested in physical therapy. And I went to a couple dance auditions. I liked most of them, but they didn't all respond the way I thought they would to me, even though I didn't do anything wrong. So if you think you try really hard and it doesn't work out, it's probably not your fault. Just let it go. I was really kind of disappointed with the response I got from some places, and I realized that that wasn't because of my lack of trying. I just wasn't supposed to go there. Like, things didn't line up. So I ended up choosing the U. I had to decide between the ballet and modern dance departments. Clearly I chose modern dance, but I decided between those two and where I thought I would fit in best, where I thought I would have the most support system, and that's what the modern department was for me. I also went to the U because they have a wonderful PT school, and I plan on hopefully getting into that. Also, scholarships. I was fortunate enough to receive a full ride to the U, so that was great. But just kind of go where circumstances line up. That's what I learned from it. I wanted to go here, and I thought that would be really great, and then it didn't work out. So I went on to the next thing, and then slowly but surely it lined up. So I was a dance major. I added in a nutrition minor because I like that kind of stuff too. And I also decided to do pre-physical therapy. So I took those math and science classes that I was good at, and including anatomy, physics, chemistry, physiology, that sort of stuff. And that was my college experience. The best things I did in college were being involved. Like, I was in the dance community, I was in the science community, I also got involved at the Institute of Religion at the U, so I found different niches. I always had somewhere to go. I wasn't stuck with one group of people, and I was always able to change where I was or who I was going to spend my time with. I was never bored, to say the least, because I was involved in stuff. I went to on-campus events. Use your student fees because you pay them, or in my case, somebody paid them, so use them. Because things are free a lot of times as a student, so go and do them and meet people. You probably won't regret meeting people. That's kind of what I've learned. I had classes I didn't like, where I said, why on earth am I doing this? This is stupid. Busy work, I don't like this professor, I'm not learning anything, etc. It could go on forever. So you're gonna have something, no matter what you pick in your major. Even if you like almost everything in your major, there will be something that you do not like. Or your gen eds that you have to do, that you don't want to do, but you have to do it anyway, because part of college is proving that you can finish something. Like, you sign yourself up for it, and maybe you get like a quarter of the way through and you're like, okay, this is still alright. Halfway through and you're like, why am I doing this to myself? And then 3/4 you're like, I just want to be done. But you have to do it, because the fact that you can start and go all the way through and then finish and get your degree proves that you stuck it out for like a long time. So even if you have some things that you don't want to do, They will be over at the end of the semester. They will pass. The big question of everyone's life nowadays, because let's be real, most people get their college degrees and they don't have a job in what they studied in college. That's the way it is now. Also, a lot of the jobs that people in our generation are going to be having have not been invented yet. They do not exist. We will discover them soon, because that's what technology is. Yay! Okay, so I was a dance major, nutrition minor, and pre-physical therapy. The classes that I took and my dance experience and the performance experience I had qualify me to be a dance teacher, so I do a lot of that. I teach a lot of ballet, even though my degree was in modern, because that's mostly what I did before, and I still took ballet while I was here at the university, so I teach a lot of dance, kind of like a bunch of other places. I drive a lot, it's kind of sad. Also, I work as a physical therapy aide, so since I plan to go to PT school, I also need to get experience in that field and understand what it's like to work in that kind of field. So there's a physical therapist, sometimes there's an assistant that can do more like what the PT itself does, but then there's me, who's an aide or a tech, and we're kind of the busybodies, and then we help the patients through their kind of general experience in the clinic, doing their exercises and stuff. But that's really fun, because also meeting a lot of people and putting into practice the things that I learned in my anatomy classes, and getting experience in that field, so that when I apply to physical therapy school, I'm even more prepared to do that and do it successfully. I wish that I was more social. I wish I had developed those social skills more. I wasn't awkward, but I wish I had understood how important it would be to meet people and network and just find out what people did and use people's resources like I do now, and find opportunities. Don't be afraid to try things and try something new. I'm kind of I don't like to take risks a lot, but I've gotten a lot better at it, and I'm still working on it, and I think that's important. Don't be afraid to ask questions. People always say that there is no such thing as a stupid question, and I disagree, because there are stupid questions, but even if the question is kind of stupid and you really don't know the answer and there isn't an easy way to find the answer, ask it, because you need to know. You don't know what you don't know. So ask questions, because you'll probably be glad that you did. What else? I think those are good things to remember. Yeah.